Hey, what's up Aquamigos? Welcome to another day of construction on my DIY backyard koi pond. This is where we're at so far. If you've seen my last two videos, what I'm doing right now is I'm using this material. It's kind of like a type of mortar. It's called Quickcrete Wall Float, and it's a type of mortar that's meant to stick to vertical surfaces, and I'm using it to smooth out the entire inside of the retaining wall to make it nice and smooth so that that pond liner has a nice flat surface to sit on. There's no sharp edges or gaps like this where the pond liner might try to get through. So that's enough talking for now. My goal for this week is to finish applying the wall float to the entire inside of the retaining wall. If I finish that this week, I will be very happy. So let's go ahead and get to it. Okay guys, so I figured it would be a good idea to talk about what I'm doing right here. So over here in the corner, what I did is I just put like a very, I guess you could say like a base layer, because what I noticed is that in the corners of the pond, it's much more difficult to get the wall float to stick up in the corners. So what I did with this corner over here is first I kind of went over with a very kind of basic covering wherever I could get it to stick. Then once that dries, I go ahead and do a second layer over it, and then I'm able to cover the whole corner and even the surface out. Over here, what I was just doing with that sponge is actually one of you guys recommended that I do this. Vertigo117 recommended that I do this, is to go over the wall float with a sponge to smoothen it out more. What I noticed with the sponge that I was using is I think the sponge I'm using is too textured, and it actually gives it more of a rough finish, and it didn't really turn out very smooth. I think it's just because I don't have the correct type of sponge. You may have noticed that there was a gap right here, kind of like this one, which I filled in with the wall float. That ended up working really well. I wasn't entirely sure how I was going to fill in those gaps, but it looks like the wall float does a pretty good job. So that's what I'll do there as well. And let's keep moving, guys, because we're starting to lose daylight. Alright guys, so it's about to get dark. I'm going to see if I can work underneath the power of this solar powered umbrella for a little while. And while I'm taking a quick break, I just want to give a few shout outs to the Aquamigos. I have a shout out for Silent Silver, Sleepy Girl ZZZ, Andre Van Bijon, and Twisted Koi. Thank you guys so much for being Aquamigos. I really appreciate it. If any of you guys would like a shout out in my next pond build video, all you have to do is go down to the comments below and comment something with the word Aquamigo in it. It could be whatever you want, as long as it has the word Aquamigo in it. And let's go ahead and continue with this. Okay guys, so unfortunately this umbrella isn't providing quite enough light for me to continue doing this. So I'm going to have to continue this another day. But I'll come back tomorrow to show you guys what it looks like once it's dry. Alright Aquamigos, so it's the next day now. It looks like everything dried in quite nicely. Check out that nice smooth finish we got. I think it looks pretty good. In my next video, I'm confident that we will be able to finish the rest of this. I only really have to do that corner and then this side right here. I should be able to finish all of that in my next video. When it comes to my pool pond, guys, check this out. I noticed that over the past few days, maybe starting last week, the pond water has gotten quite a bit cloudier than it usually is. It's a little bit on the green side, and I noticed that my API master test kit was coming pretty close to its expiration date, so I went ahead and I bought a brand new one. So I want to go ahead and just check the parameters really quick just to make sure that everything is okay. I mean, my suspicion is that it's just like that because we have been having some pretty hot weather. Like, it has been over 100 degrees for several days in a row, which may have caused the water to turn a bit green. But just to be on the safe side, I'm gonna check the parameters with that new kit. Okay guys, so it's 5 minutes later and check it out. My parameters are looking good, and one crazy thing is that even my nitrates look like they're at 0. Well, they're not perfectly at 0. It looks like they're definitely under 5 parts per million. And the thing about that is, with my old API master test kit, that low nitrate reading was part of the reason that I was a little skeptical of whether that test kit had expired or not. And I do have a theory on why that might be. I have a feeling that there might be some anoxic filtration taking place inside my trash can filter. I can't say for certain, but I can't think of another explanation as to why my nitrate levels are so low. So anyways guys, let me know what you think about that down in the comments below. I'm curious to know what your guys' opinions are. And as usual guys, of course, if you did like this video, I'd really appreciate it if you went down there and gave this video a like. That would help me out so much. If you would like to see more of my pond build progress in the future, make sure to hit that subscribe button and also that bell notifications button. If you'd like to follow me on Instagram, I'll go ahead and put my handle right here. It's at YT_Tobias, and I'll talk to you guys in my next video. Peace.